Today, there's a topic that many people frown at. It makes them very uncomfortable. And that topic is submission in marriage. And for some, they are very afraid when they hear this. For some, it sounds outdated. And this topic, we need to talk about it. And that's why we're inviting someone that is thoughtful, a single, mature youth that will talk about it with us today. And that's why we're welcoming Miss Ellen to Radiant Relations Consultancy.
Thank you. As you can see, I'm even putting on the t-shirt. I'm putting on the Radiant t-shirt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So welcome to our podcast. And for you, I have a question for you. Because I know you're single, you're mature. Someday you get married.
Sure.
So when you hear the word submission, what comes to your head?
Submission. The art of keeping quiet. Bondage. The moment I hear the word submission, what comes into my mind is shut up. Keep quiet. Bondage. Don't say anything as a woman, as an African woman that I am. So that's it.
Really? And this is how many women are feeling. And that's why many women don't want to hear the word submission. And for some men, whether you like it or not, as a woman, you must submit. And that's why there's issue about that word. So at this point, we will know at the end of this discussion if we should be afraid or we should be scared when we hear the word submission. Okay, now what are the things that inform you to have such a mindset about submission? What are the things you experience, or what is that thing you're afraid of that makes you feel that, submission could sound like a bondage, or sometimes submission could be like you have to be silent?
Okay, one thing I personally observe is, let's say, past experience. The things that happen to our parents, my mom especially, and the way she submits herself to her husband, and even despite being humble, respectful, the effect, the man don't really appreciate it. And it feels as if her voice is not heard. She's just keeping quiet despite what she's going through. Even if her opinion matters, she cannot say anything. And another thing, the fear of being controlled. Being controlled, you don't have a say, because in our African society today, they feel a woman should take whatever, a woman's supposed to keep quiet, you have to say nothing. So, yeah.
Oh, yes, I get that feeling. You know, I was talking to a woman someday, and the woman said that everybody tell me to be submissive, and they don't tell me how. Because whenever I feel I'm submitting to my husband, at that point I feel bittered. At that point I feel like I'm in a bondage. But then, is that how submission really is? First of all, let's debunk the fact that submission is something that we should be afraid of. And let's debunk the fact that submission means silence. No. Submission does not mean silence. It does not mean stupidity. It does not mean that someone's voice don't need to be heard. So the word submission is about value. It's about respect, partnership. And that's why that's submission. Okay, now, ladies outside now, they feel like, oh, men and women, they are one. Like, you will go to your husband, both of you become one.
Equality.
So they feel that, there should be equality there. Equality. Do you feel the same?
Yes, I do sometimes, because especially what if of course, the 50-50 thing, yes, everybody brings to the table. Especially what is happening now. What are you bringing to the table? So why should I submit to a man when I'm doing more, I'm giving him more, I'm providing, I'm working, I'm financially capable? So why should I submit to a man that we both are sharing equal responsibility?
Wow. That line of thoughts, that's another one. Thank you for expressing yourself. But then, let me use an example of, let me use both secularly and scripturally, because I feel that many women suffering in marriage now, to be sincere, they are under a kind of doctrines that make them stay there. And they feel that submission means that when they suffer, they have to be there. Okay. So now let's go to God and Jesus Christ. I'm sure you know about that scripture very well. Many Christians quote it. Christ and God, it says they are one. But now, is it about same power, equality? Are they equal? Did they have the same power?
They have the place of the Father, also have the place of the Son. They are not equal.
Thank you.
Though they are together.
They are one.
They are one, yes.
So husband and wife need to be one. Does it mean equality? If I may ask, from this line of thoughts, what do you think it really means?
It means there's always a leader. There should be a leader.
They should.
But in our present society today, it's not really working. Because the men we have now in our society now, most of them, they feel a woman should. Some even expect the woman to do better.
Yeah.
Do better in terms of finance. What are you bringing to the table? They are not actually leading. So why should I submit to a man that is not a good leader? Like, you are not leading well. You are not the leader in the team. If I'm to work with you, that means I'm in this team. I'm your partner, but you are not leading. So why should I submit to such a man? Most marriages now, women are the one leading. But that's the truth.
You're right.
Women are leading.
And that's why we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And for the audience, if you are in this situation, in your marriage, you feel that you are the one leading because you do more, know that you are not alone. And know that there are solutions. There is a solution. See, before we go on, you can visit our website, www.radiantrelationsconsultancy.com, and then you book a session with us where you will understand what submission looks like. At the same time, how leadership and submission in marriage can be balanced. So come to what you said about this issue. First of all, there is no real submission when there is no healthy leadership.
Yeah.
And that is all we are talking about. We're not talking about the outdated form of submission that brings about silence. No, that's not it. The women that enjoy husband house more, marriage more now, than the women that know the act of submission. You see, it's an art that we need to learn. Understanding that we have to communicate what we need in a tone that shows respect. That is submission. For example, let's go to finances. Let's go to making decisions. They are partner. You know, we'll look at it in the scriptural way, God and Jesus saying they are one, even though we know that there's a son, there's a father. Now, let's go to secular world. When they say team, in a team, does that mean they all have equal power?
No.
There must be a team lead, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So they are team. And when we're talking about team, when we're talking about husband and wife becoming one, it's unity. Unity, because they have to work together. I keep on saying this thing to people that care to listen, that it's better for you to remain single than to go into a marriage that you and your spouse cannot work together. Because if you cannot work together in a marriage, that means the growth will be stunted. And that's why there's need to talk about submission. Yes, the misunderstanding power of submission. What's that? The word, the women that are so angry about it. Yeah. But you can't blame them really because of the past experience as we've related.
Yeah.
We just need to look at the healthy form of submission. Yes, submission should be healthy. Because obviously in a team, there's a leader. Who is the leader in a marriage? Do you think it should be a woman?
Okay. The leader in the marriage, it all depends.
It has blueprints. It does not depend on anything.
It has blueprints.
Yes, who should be a leader?
Okay.
And you see, thank God I'm talking to a single person. See, this discussion should bring about young ladies on who they choose. You need to choose someone that can lead you. So if you are a young lady and you see that the man I'm dealing with, he cannot even lead, because maybe all his activity irritates you, how would you go in for that kind of a man? He can't lead you. So you find it difficult to submit to someone that cannot lead you. And that's where the problem comes. Imagine a man that is lazy, a man that, he cannot hold conversation, a man that, how would you be able to submit to that man? So it shows that you need a kind of, you need to learn to choose a marriage mate.
Okay.
Outside religious setting, because everybody will carry picture, go and meet their religious leader. In most cases, they will just tell you what they feel like about that person. So who you choose when it comes to submission, who you choose matters. Premarital counseling is available. It's for a token and it will last a lifetime decision. Don't joke with it, young ladies, because this submission is a problem because of the kind of person we choose. If you choose someone that can lead you, you will happily submit because you feel safe with that person. You trusted the person's judgment. So you know that, oh, okay, maybe we are talking about finances. Oh, this is what I thought about. I want to start a business, and this is what and you feel, and the man said, oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, where should I come in? Okay, let's go here, let's go there. After that, would you be would they force you to tell him about another thing for him to make decision? Mm-mm. A man that is worthy of submission knows how to lead.
Okay.
And because he knows how to lead, he leads you aright that you don't have issues with submitting with that person. So for ladies, please don't let submission be something that you don't want to hear, because it's a very beautiful thing. It shows you being vulnerable to somebody that you know is caring for you.
Okay, let me ask a question.
Okay.
So, what if I'm earning higher than the man? How do I submit? I mean, if does father is a good leader, just like you put it, he's a good leader. But I'm doing very well because as a woman, I think the weight of that responsibility, whatever you are doing that is bringing in, the pain, the weight that you put on your shoulder, sometimes you don't find yourself, why should I submit to this man? A man that is not helping me, a man that is not taking up that responsibility that much, he has a good character. He speaks well. He knows how to coordinate. He's leading well. I don't know what that leadership.
Exactly. I want you to land. Okay, do you really understand what it means to lead well?
Lead well. That's it.
And that's number one. Number two, another question is, why do we marry?
Okay.
What's the purpose of marriage itself? Why do we marry? I want you to answer it. Think about it.
For some of us singles, we marry for different purpose.
Yeah, but why? What's that thing? We need to marriage.
Partnership.
Exactly. Okay. So when it comes to partnership, should we base partnership just on finances?
No.
Exactly. So now the problem here is this: for a man that is hardworking could have a face in life. They could have time in life. However, if you show the sense of responsibility, there's tendency that a reasonable woman will not have problem with submission. Because, okay, now, let's say you are earning 1 million and someone you want to marry is earning 200,000. But he plans well. He's not selfish. That's leadership. He's not selfish. He says, oh, okay, since this money, oh, let's do this. And he take lead in whatever he want, whatever is necessary. For example, our needs. Okay, this is our needs. This is what I can afford. So because of that, let's do this. And you be like, oh, let me add this. And you don't have problem with that. And constantly, that is how he behaves. That is how he shows his leadership. He's not threatened by your progress. He's a kind of person that he is reasonable, flexible, kind.
Those are the attributes of a good leader.
Would you think about that finances?
No, I won't.
In as much as this discussion does not neglect the fact that a woman should marry someone she can look up to. No. A woman should marry someone you can look up to. That's a discussion for another day. Because sometimes when you earn more than a man and you really see all this leadership quality, there's tendency that depends on the place the man is coming from, depends on the mindset of the man, depends on the kind of belief he has in him. It could be safe and better sometimes not to expose the fact that you are earning more than him.
Okay.
I hope that sinks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes this could tamper with some men ego. They will feel like, oh, how would this person respect me if he feels that you are doing better. Based on my past experience, I will not say, oh, never marry somebody like that. No, because sometimes we have different opportunity. We have different leverages. It does not remove the fact that we are still valuable. However, as a woman, we should understand and accept that men want to make sure they lead us. So if a man feels threatened based on what a woman has, there's tendency that instead of the man to be leading, he may be controlling. Because there's the underneath fear is the fact that this woman is better than me. So we need to understand, that's why I said we need to understand a lot of principles about the two gender. There's a particular book that advertised so much that women from Mars, men are from Venus. I mean, women from Venus, men are from Mars. Shows how many women and men reason. Although there could be exceptions. But that's why you need to make decisions based on the person you are dealing with.
Okay, so what about the men out there? What can you say to them? For a man who wants to be a good leader, don't you think they should also try their possible best to position themselves in that, keep themselves in that position before bringing, especially for those that have fear, or that this woman is doing better than me, or this woman, likely if she's financially capable than I. So they have this fear. So how can you advise our single brothers out there?
The sad reality is that many men are not raised well.
Wow.
That's the sad reality we are seeing outside now. Many men are not raised well. However, that is, you see, this discussion, don't worry, maybe in our next, if you're available, we can still invite you in our next discussion that talks about when it comes to background, when it comes to communication, they are not raised well in the sense that they don't even understand how to treat a woman. And they feel constantly in competition. Some of them constantly in competition.
That's the word,
with a
competition.
Woman. So, but then that is why women have this authority. I call it authority because women gender is the only person that is giving the authority. The authority to accept whether to go with this man or not. And that's why the question is important. Will you marry me? It's not for glam. It's the fact that you must have checked one or two things during dating. Dating is not that automatically you must get married. It's to check where this man is coming from and not to accept what you know that will hurt you. So sometimes what you accept will put the man in the right position. That's I preach a lot about self-love. A woman does not know how to love themselves. So over time, women are learning that, which is fine. Self-love, boundary. So you will know the kind of man you're having business with. And when you don't accept abuse, some man, they align themselves.
Thank you so much.
That's how it works. So one thing about marriage, it has blueprint. We need to know it. And that's why we're telling the world now. See, marriage is not something that you just rush into. You need to understand the nitty-gritties of the marriage. And ask for help. Go for therapy, whether you are coming to Radiant or not. Before you start, you tell somebody I do. Both of you should go for counseling. Counseling is not just talking to you. Counseling will lead to therapy. You will know, you will understand yourself. You will understand who you are before you know the kind of person you want to entrust your life, your sacrifice, your time to. So for women, actually, we are mostly the victim, especially in African settings.
Exactly.
So we need to understand self-love, boundary, and constantly seek for help. Another thing women do about that thing is giving men excuses. Those are not something that is healthy because you are supposed to be vulnerable in front of this man. If you don't have the opportunity to do that, that means you got to change something. So it's a lot. Submission, it's a lot easier when you get someone that can lead right.
That's
That's
the key thing
That's the
today.
key word.
A man that can lead.
A man that can lead right.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
A leader.
A leader.
You will not have problem. In fact, assurance. You know, when the video is singing the song, assurance. You will constantly give you that assurance that no, I place you in a valuable position. So there's value added to submission. There's vulnerability added to submission. Partnership. There's no submission without partnership. And you see, with loyalty and trust, submission is easy. So submission should not be something we fear. It's something we learn.
Okay.
Yes, we learn it. But for the ones that are underperforming, please, those ones are outdated. Submission is not silence. Yes.
And we have a lot of people out there, like ladies like me. Some of us will see the way our parents were, especially our mothers.
But do you know the problem I've seen? Over time, talking to women or talking to marriages, I've realized that most cases submission is not majorly the problem.
Okay.
Sometimes it's communication. Yes, ego. Those are the major problem. Because if you remove all those things, submission is sweet, it's easy. Do you force your children that you are providing, you are caring for, to listen to you?
No.
Even though children own submission it's not children own listening, it's not submission, no, it's respect. Yes, it's beyond submission, it's obedience. Yes, but then let's even look at how big that word is, obedient. But then, because when you take care of a child, you feel a child, he does not have problem in listening to you. Now, talking about submission, is it not just to place you as my leader? If you care well, you take proper care, you protect, do you think it will be hard?
Not at all.
Exactly. So it's just something to learn and to know the right one. And that's it. That's it. So please don't be afraid of submission. So don't worry. You have been with us. When you are ready, we are always available for premarital counseling. Let's look at it together so that marriage can be sweet. Marriage has a blueprint. Don't say what works for anyone. There are principles that we apply.
Yeah.
Yes, there are strict rules that is also there. So we need to look at it and make sure our marriage is enjoyable. There's no submission in a marriage that one person is carrying the load. It should be balanced, supporting, relieving, a safe place. Exactly. That's submission. So thank you for being here today.
Much.
Thank you for being here today. And for people out there, if you want to come to our podcast, relate your story, share your experiences, and even use your experience to teach others about how marriage works, your past experience, even if it's something that is a bitter one, what mistake that people should not make. All of these are the things that we are encouraging in this podcast. So till we see you in our next podcast, this is our Intentional Corner.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.